Israel. Back at you with a Tuesday night. Too legit to quit. Tuesday. They keep on trying to make me quit, but we too legit. We too legit to let them stop us, man. Stop our shine. They talking about them ain't working. I don't know. I'm on my internet on my phone. I ain't on no Wi-Fi. But we'll try this again. Starting back where we left off from the class. I've been trying for like 10 minutes to get back online, but hopefully everything is working right now. We left off in James chapter 2, where we were going into faith without works. Shalaki family, sorry for the technical difficulties. But we were at James 2 and 23. It was showing, Shalom, Mark, how you feeling? It was showing that Abraham had faith, but it was imputed by his belief, which belief is an action word, which shows you that he actually, in fact, had works behind his faith. Now, we were at Acts 2 and 23. We had a few precepts for Acts 2 and 23. And the scripture was fulfilled, which said Abraham believed God. That precept was fulfilled in Genesis chapter 15, verse 6. Also, another precept to that is Romans 4 and 3, where the scriptures were fulfilled, right? Said, well, Abraham believed God, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness, and he was called the friend of God. Then you have the friend of God, which was Isaiah 41 and 8. So the scripture was fulfilled in Genesis 15 and 6, where Abraham believed God. Believe is an action word. When you believe on something, I mean, you put forth action, right? And we're going to show you that. Let's keep reading James 2 and 24 and 25, and then we'll go back to Hebrews chapter 11. James chapter 2, verse 24. We'll reread 23 again. And the scripture was fulfilled, which said, Abraham believed God, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness. And he was called a friend of God. Because believed is also Sirach 32 and 24, right? So we know that if you believe on something, that means you keep the commandments. So we see Abraham believed, that means that his actions by believing was keeping the commandments. That's what the Hebrew Israelites are trying to do today. That's why they say, well, why are you saying you're different from a Christian? Why do y'all have so much difference between you and the Christians, the Christianites? Because they don't keep the commandments. They only have the faith side, but they don't put the works into it, right? They don't put the works that we are putting into this thing, man. So, Sirach 32 and 24, Genesis 15 and 6, Romans 4 and 3, Isaiah 41 and 8. That's a heavy precept a heavy scripture to precept, man, right? Verse 24, ye see then how that by works a man is justified, and not by faith only. So you see, James is letting them know, you have to have works behind your faith in order for your faith to be righteous, man. In order for you to have that great faith that the Most High God requires from you, man. Verse 25, likewise also was not Rahab the harlot justified by works when she had received the messengers and had sent them out another way. So even Rahab, man, the harlot, right? When the Lord went to her, man, the spies went to her, said they would save her family, man, if she was to hide the spies, right? She had to put in work to hide the spies, man. That was great faith and believing that if she did that, then the Most High God would make true on his word by saving her and her family, right? And when we said saving her, not saving her into the kingdom, saving her from the destruction that was going to come to those heathen, right? That's the only thing she was saved from. A lot of Christians love to get on that too. Rahab, she wasn't an Israelite, that's right, and she didn't get saved either into the kingdom. She was saved from slaughter. That's what she was saved from, right? Verse 26. For as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also. Go ahead to Hebrews chapter 11. So faith without works is dead. You got to have the works behind the faith, man. And Hebrews 11 is going to prove that. Let's go to Hebrews 11 and read verse 4. We'll show some of our forefathers and how they had faith, and how they had faith with works. Every time you see somebody's faith, you're going to see the works that they put, right? So Hebrews 11:4, by faith, okay, by faith, Abel offered unto God a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous, God testifying of his gifts, and by it he began, being dead yet speaketh. Where was the action involved? Abel offered, right? He offered a more better sacrifice than Cain, man, right? That's the faith. He showed his faith by his works, offering. He showed his faith by the offering that he put into. That offering was a righteous offering. His faith was showed through his works, right? Verse 5, by faith, again, Enoch was translated, right? So the Most High God even showed his works in doing with Enoch by translating him, right? Taking him out of this world, man, right? Not letting the wicked devices and born into sin, or like David said, how we were shaping in iniquity, not letting that iniquity keep shaping him. The Lord had to translate him, right? Let's jump down to verse 7. By faith, Noah, being warned of God of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by that which he condemned the world and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith. Now that's some heavy faith right there. I'm gonna tell you, I don't know what they thinking about. What did Noah do? He built and prepared a huge ark made of gopher wood, man. That's what his faith was. It was actions behind his faith. He showed great actions by his faith by building an ark. Remember, it had never rained in Southern California. Tony, it had never rained. Only thing that was going on around that time was the dew of the morning, right? We know the dew on the morning when you go outside, it ain't rain, but the grass is wet. You know, your car has a little wet on it, you know what I'm saying? You got to hit your windshield wipe every now and then, right? That's the dew. That's the only thing, the water that was coming around that time. It had never rained in Southern California, man, right? Or the world, to be in this instant, right? And he, by faith, prepared an ark, man, right? Because the Most High God showed him, hey, look, man, I'm finna flood this world, man. By him having faith and believing that, he built the ark, man. Again, it had never rained. That's great faith, man, right? Jump down to verse 8. By faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should, after received for an inheritance, what did he do? Obeyed. Shalom, sister, and I in Memphis. How you doing? How's the family? Tell all the family I said shalom, man. I hope everybody's doing great. Let Jamie, all of them, I hope they all doing good. So by faith, Abraham obeyed. His obedience was counted for righteousness. That's what we just got through reading, right? By him being obedient, it counted for righteousness, right? That was his works. Being obedient, man, right? He went up and left, right? Straightway left, man. That was his righteousness, right? That was his works. And also, they love to say that Abraham never kept the commandments, but we already see that if he believed, he kept the commandments. But let's go to Sirach chapter 44 right quick. Get this precept, man. Let's go to 19. Sirach 44 and 19. Abraham was a great father of many people, and glory was there none like unto him. Verse 20, who kept the law of the Most High. Abraham did what? Kept the law of the Most High. All praise. That's a great word, so y'all keep enduring out there, right? Who kept the law of the Most High and was in covenant with him. He established the covenant in his flesh, and when he was proved, he was found faithful. So how did he establish the covenant in his flesh? By circumcising the foreskin of all males, right? By circumcising his sons, man, right? It said that's how he established the covenant in his flesh. And when he was proved, he was found faithful, because he was proved Yeah, we could have went up too, because that was going into Noah. Yeah, no doubt. But I was on Abraham right now, but definitely. Yeah, Noah was found perfect and righteous. That's another precept to show. It's like if my show to be killed. Right? So we see that in fact Abraham indeed was keeping the commandments, man, right? Verse 20 again, who kept the law of the Most High God and was in covenant with him. He established the covenant in his flesh. And when he was proved, he was found faithful. Abraham was proved and found faithful, right? That's how he was proved, by what? Leaving, going into the city with the Most High God prepared, right? Without a shadow of a doubt. Let's go back to Hebrews 11 and let's read verse 11. Matter of fact, let's go to one of our foremothers. Through faith also Sarah herself received strength to what? To conceive seed, right? She received strength to conceive, man, right? Conceiving a child, man, at what? 90 years old, man, right? This is her obedience, man, right? This is the works that was put in for the faith, right? Jump over to verse 17. Here we go. We was just talking about this. Hebrews 11 and 17. By faith, Abraham, when he was tried, offered up Isaac, right? This is how Abraham was proved, man. When he was tried is going into proved, right? We just read that in Sirach 44. It said he was what? He was proved. How was he proved and tried? By offering up Isaac to be that sacrifice, right? So his faith was offering up Isaac, which was what? The works that he put into it. And he that had received the promises offered up his only begotten son, right? Jump down to 20. Verse 20, by faith, Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come. When you were getting blessings, that is a work that you put into it, right? By 22, by faith, Joseph, when he died, made mention of the departing of the children of Israel and gave commandment concerning his bones, man. Everybody has faith compacted by works, right? You won't see faith without works, man. Jump down to Moses, man. Verse 24. By faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter. He refused to be an Egyptian, man. He refused to keep growing up into Egyptian customs, man. Refusing something. What? You had a chance to live lavishly. Abraham had a chance. Moses had a chance to live lavishly with the heathen, man. Right? They took him for an Egyptian, man. He could have easily said, well, yeah, I'm going to go and stay on this Egyptian side and be what? A king, a lord over them, right? But in fact, he said, what? I'm going to suffer hardship with the children of Israel. Let's read that too. Verse 27, Hebrews 11 and 27. By faith, he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he endured and seeing him who was invisible, man, right? So Moses did a great work too, man. His faith was what? Forsaking Israel, man, right? So I'm not not Israel, like it, the Egyptians. I'm not finna grow up and be no wacky Egyptian, right? This is works behind all of the faith that these brothers put into this thing, man, right? Let's go see some of the works that Christ did, man, for the nation of Israel, man. And let's see what all of them had in common. Most of them had in common, right? Let's go to Matthew. Let's start at verse 8. We'll be in Matthew. Let's start at verse 5. Let's just start at 5. Matthew chapter 8, verse 5. The book of Matthew chapter 8, verse 5. And when Yahushua was entered into Capernaum, there came unto him a centurion beseeching him. Now, this is a heavy parable too, man. Right about the centurion, man. Because Capernaum was also a city that was built around the Hellenized period, around the Greek captivity, around the Maccabean revolt, right? It was built around that time, but it was also kind of like the second home for Christ, right? So it says, and when Yahushua entered into Capernaum, there came unto him a centurion. Now this centurion, the same thing like in Acts, right, chapter 10, with Cornelius, right? A centurion is nothing more than what a leader, right? He was a leader of this army, right? Mainly about 100 people, maybe for about 10 years. You have a lot of reasons why they call you a centurion. The main reason is because you are a leader over people, right? So he was in a good situation, right? A centurion beseeching him and saying, Lord, my servant lieth at home sick of the palsy, grievously tormented. And Yahushua said unto him, I will come and heal him. The centurion answered and said, Lord, I am not worthy that thou shouldest come under my roof, but speak the word only, and my servant shall be healed. So the centurion was like, Lord, I ain't even worthy for you to step foot in my house, man. Right? He was like, man, that's just like Peter and them said, well, Lord, you go wash our feet? They didn't understand. Well, you better, I want you to come into this house, right? But he had so much humility on him, humbleness, that he was like, Lord, I'm not even worthy for you to step foot in my house. This is how much faith that he had, though, right? He said, but speak the word only, and my servant shall be healed. He had so much faith. He said, Lord, you ain't got to come. Just speak the word, Lord, and I know my servant going to be healed. He had great faith. Verse 9, for I am a man under authority. So he's going to run it down, right? He had great power at that time. I'm a man under authority, having soldiers under me. So you see that in the fact he was a centurion, right? And I say to this man, go, and he goeth, and to another, come, and he cometh. So he's showing the great power that he has. But he's still saying that through all the power and authority that I have, I'm still nothing compared to you, Lord, right? This is great faith that he has. And to my servant do this, and he doeth it, right? Verse 10. When Yahushua heard it, he marveled and said to them that followed, verily I say unto you, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Israel, man. Right? So the Lord is letting them know that this man has great faith, man. He's telling me, just speak the word. You don't even got to come. This is how much faith that he has that I'm going to heal his servant, right? And Christ let him know on his own map, I haven't seen this much faith in Israel, man. The scribes and Pharisees don't even have this much damn faith, man. Right? Verse 12, remember verse 11. And I say unto you that many shall come from the east and west, and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. Showing that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob will be in the kingdom, right? But the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And Yahushua said unto the centurion, go thy way, and as thou hast believed, so be it done unto thee. And the servant was healed at the same same hour. So in fact, you see the great faith that this centurion had, man. Right? And Christ had to speak on the great faith that he had. This is the faith that we gotta have as being children of Israel in this moment of time, man. Right? Seeing things going sour, seeing things going haywire, not being able to go to work because of the weather or because cars are down, or not being able to pay the rent. But we keeping that rent paid in that building, right? We gotta be able to look at that thing and see that the Lord will make a way for us, man. Even if you got to move out your house and move into an apartment or a mean cottage, does that not mean that the Lord not dealing with you? That means that guess what? You might need to move out that house. It's too much space for you, right? You got to step out on faith with what the Lord has given you, man. A lot of people don't understand that, man, right? If I downgrade for anything, that means the Lord wanted me to downgrade on that thing, right? If I upgrade on something, I mean the Lord was blessing me to upgrade at that time, right? Remember, I put the precept in there earlier. So Ecclesiastes 3:1. It's a time and a season for everything, man. Right? That's a great precept. We going there too, Moses. All praise. We going there. Let's go there right now. But let's go to Matthew chapter 9. Let's start at 1 right quick. Yeah, we're gonna go through this Matthew, man. Let's go to Matthew chapter 9, verse 1. Yeah, that's a great precept too. We're going to pull it. We got to have this great faith, man, right? Matthew 9:1. And he entered into a ship and passed over and came into his own city, right? And behold, they brought to him a man sick of the palsy, lying on the bed. And Yahushua, seeing their faith, said unto the sick of the palsy, Son, be of good cheer, thy sins be forgiven thee. What did Christ point out? He said, thou be of good cheer. He said, and Yahushua seen their faith. Right? So he came into his own city, man. Right? And he seen the faith that they had, man. This is what, in order for Christ to give you that blessing, man, he got to see your faith, man. Right? It got to be a shadow of a doubt, man. I see this brother faith, man. I see this sister faith. Right? I'm gonna tell you, I really can't stand it when people, I can't do this. Y'all don't know what I'm going through. Y'all don't know, y'all ain't there. You right, but I believe that the Most High God said ain't nothing impossible with God. I know that's right. I know I ain't right. I can't tell you every step that you taking or every move that you going through, every shouting match that you got to holler with your wife, or every situation that you in, but I know that there's nothing impossible with my God. So a lot of times I don't like to hear that, man. Right? If that's something that'll grind my gear, that's what it is. Y'all just don't understand. Shit, I understand that you don't understand that you got the ultimate God, man. That's little faith. Ye of little faith. When you sitting here and trying to down like something can't be done, man, ain't nothing impossible with my God, man. What? We've been arguing ever since we met. Okay. Change something up. Switch something out, right? But there is nothing impossible with my God, man, right? That's one thing that'll grind my gear for people to say that, man. You just don't know. You just don't understand. Well, I tell you what I do understand. We serve a mighty God, man. A merciful, compassionate God, and ain't nothing impossible with my God. Anytime something needs to be done, I know that my God can make it work, man. If he don't make it work, that means it wasn't right for me at that time, right? It wasn't my season or it wasn't my timing. But Christ seen their faith, man. He healed the man with palsy, right? Let's go back to Matthew 8 and let's go to 23 right quick. We'll keep going. That's right. Don't ever downplay the Most High God, man. I can't stand when people say I can't. I'm telling you, it grinds my gears right now. Don't ever tell me what's impossible. Or this ain't gonna work. It can't be fixed. That's a damn lie, man. Because all things can be fixed, man, through the Most High God, man, right? Let's keep going. Let's go to 9. Let's go to Matthew 9 and 22. We'll get that account out of Mark. We won't go to Matthew on that because we already passed it. Let's go to Matthew 9 and 20, like Moses, the messenger, was saying. It's a great parable too, man, right? Let's go to Matthew 9 and 20. The book of Matthew chapter 9 verse 20. And behold, a woman which was diseased with an issue of blood 12 years came behind him and touched the hem of his garment. So we know in the Hebrew tongue language, the hem of his garment is going into what? His fringes, right? Verse 21. For she said within herself, if I may just touch his garment, I shall be whole. Now listen, this is great faith. And Christ saw this faith, man. She said it to herself. She didn't even say it out loud. She was just like, it's like somebody playing, it's like you playing flag football, right? And you trying to run out there like, if I could just reach and grab and jump, right? And you saying it to yourself. If I could just grab this flag, if she's saying if I could just touch the hem of his garment, man, right? This is the faith that this woman had, man. This is the belief that she had, right? Verse 21 again, but she said within herself, if I may but touch his garment, I shall be whole. Now that's heavy, man. Right? If I can just touch Christ, man, not even touch him, but just the bottom of his garment, just his fringes. If I can just touch his fringe, man, I'll be made whole. 12 years of issue of blood, man. Verse 22. But Yahushua turned him about, and when he saw her, he said, daughter, be of good comfort. Thy faith has made thee whole, man. Say, your faith is gonna end up you winning or not winning situations, man. Your faith is going to end up you winning or not winning situations, man. That's going to be your end cause of this thing, man. And when you don't win that situation, go back and look at your faith in that time. Go back and look and see if you had the faith the size of a mustard seed, right? To see if you said, well, you know what, Lord, I'm going to give it to you wholeheartedly. I'm going to give you fully what I'm going through. And I know that in the time desired for you to give me this, it's going to be made. That's what we got to have, man. It's great faith, man. Right? Verse 22 again. But Yahushua turned him about. And when he saw her, he said, daughter, be of good comfort. Thy faith has made thee whole, man. That's some great works to hear of, man. When you hear Christ say your faith has made you whole, man, she put in some great works. Guess what the work was that she put in? She put in the work to just try to grab his garment. Right? Like I said, just think about you playing flag football or something. You can play regular football. It's all like flag. It's so watered down today, right? But you just run into yourself and like, let me reach and grab. If I could just touch his ankle, I can make him fall. If I could just swipe the garment, I can get made whole. Man, that's some heavy faith that we gotta have, man. Right? That's what we need, man. And the woman was made whole from that hour, man. That's what we need in our life, man. That's the faith that we got to have. We can't play the game, man. We got to have that great faith in this time, man, because Jacob's trouble is going to come, man. I'm going to tell you, man. You got to have that faith, man. You're going to have that great faith. Right? When you out there in Jacob's trouble and you ain't got nothing to eat, man. Right? And the Lord that gave you all these things, man. You got a cricket out there. You either go die of starvation or you go eat this cricket that's clean or whatever. What faith are you gonna have in this thing, man? Or you go keep fasting, man, and lean on the Most High God, man. Right? That He give you that food of that bread and water, that water, right? That living water, right? That's what we gotta have, man. When Jacob's trouble hit the rise, we got to be ready for this, family. Sometimes we got to go back into these classes because our faith is going to be making us whole, man, if we continue and push, man. When things don't look like it's on the up and up, shoot, man. Hey, if Christ gave you the word, go, man. Right? Matthew 9:27. The book of Matthew, chapter 9, verse 27. And when Yahushua departed thence, 2 blind men followed him, crying and saying, Thou son of David, have mercy on us. And when he was coming to the house, the blind men came to him. And Yahushua said unto them, Believe ye that I am able to do this? They said unto him, Yea, Lord. You got to believe that the Most High God is able to get you out of any situation that you come across, man. Every endeavor that you encounter or come across, you got to believe that the Most High God to get you out of that situation, man. We say we believe, but are your actions lining up with believing? We speak, faith without works is dead. Well, are your works really lining up with your faith? Are you giving it to the Most High God and going back to work? Right? Are you giving it to the Most High God and going laying down and go to sleep and not worrying about it no more? Or is your works really lining up with your faith? Verse 28, and when he was coming to the house, the blind men came to him, and Yahushua said unto them, Believe ye that I'm able to do this? It's a heavy question. You can't lie to Christ, man. Christ come back right now and ask you, you believe that I'm going to save you from these nukes, from these missiles, from the arrows that fly by night. Psalm 91, when you see 1,000 dead by your right hand side and your left, and you see 1,000 by your right hand side, but only you see it, are you able to honestly answer Christ and say, Yes, Lord, I believe, man. Right? They said unto him, Yea, Lord. Then touched he their eyes, saying, According to your faith, be it unto you, man. According to our faith, that's what we're going to receive. That's how we're going to receive our blessings, man, in this walk, man. Shalom, shalom, sister. How you doing, man? That's what's going to make us become whole in this very last hour in these times, man. Right? When you constantly reading, enduring, right? When you're constantly having the fear of the Most High God on you, and you're getting more understanding, and you're growing in your wisdom, and your spirit is outshining your flesh, right? And your old man is being killed by that new man, right? Or that old woman is being killed by that new woman, and then your faith rises to the point where you give everything to the Most High God. That's when you're gonna see you're gonna be made whole. That's when you're gonna start what leveling up, right? That's when you're gonna start coming into that new person, man. Right? That's exactly what we want to have in these times, man. Let's go to Mark chapter 4. Mark chapter 4, verse I want 35 first. Nah, let's go to Mark 4 and 19 first. Let's go to Mark 4 and 19. This is something that's going to hinder your faith, though. This is something that's going to hinder you from having the greatest faith that you can possibly have. Mark 4 and 19. And the cares of this world, and the deceitfulness of riches, and the lust of other things entering in, choke the word, and it become unfruitful. This is what's going to stop your faith in these last times, man. The cares of this world. Oh man, I'm so worried about mom and dad, and mom and dad ain't worried about the Most High God. Oh, I'm so worried about my job when your job don't give a damn about law, statutes, and commandments. Oh, I'm so worried about how I'm gonna get this rent paid when your damn what's the people that you pay your rent on, the landlord don't give a damn about law, statutes, and commandments. Right? These are the things that's going to choke you out and get your faith be coming down regularly. You're going to have regular faith, none at all dealing with these cares of the world. These are the things that's going to stop and hinder your faith, man. Let me read that again. And the cares of this world, that hinders your faith, man. Caring about how you're going to pay this, or how I'm going to get this taken care of, or how I'm going to take care of this, or how I'm going to be able to do this and that at the same time and still go over here and do that and still make, hey, the cares of the world is going to stop your faith, man. And the deceitfulness of riches, worrying about money more than worrying about the Most High God or worrying about your nation, that's going to stop your faith, man. Right? The lust of other things and the lust of other things. Showing you that lust is just not about sex. Lust of anything that you desire more than the Most High God. These things are going to ultimately hinder or disintegrate. Or disintegrate. Is it disintegrate or disintegrate? I'm asking for real. Tell me. Great. Disintegrate. It's gonna make it small. It's disintegrate. I think it's disintegrate. Don't laugh, man. We don't laugh. So these things are gonna go. It's gonna diminish. How about that? The cares of the world, the lust of other things, the deceitfulness of riches. These things are things that stop our faith on a daily basis, man. That's why I want to bring this class out, because looking into these things, when you bring classes out, we look at it out of our own 2 eyes, man. And I see this. I'm like, damn. Right? My check didn't hit last Friday when it was supposed to. They hadn't been paying me. I'm getting paid once a month. And I ain't getting paid no once a month money. And them damn cares of them riches, man, kind of had me in a funk, man. Right? Ultimately, it had my faith down, man. It disintegrated, man. We don't need that in our lives, man. We got to push past that, right? We got to understand that the Lord makes no mistakes, man. That in everything we do, he makes things come out, man. Right? So these are things that's going to stop your faith. And we don't need that, right? The cares of the world, the deceitfulness of riches, and the lust of other things that choke out the word of God for you. And we don't want that, man, right? Go to Mark 4 and 35. We don't want that. So make sure we watch that, Israel. Make sure you watch that money, right? Make sure you watch the lust of anything else that you have desires of, and make sure that they are not above your faith in Christ and in the Most High God, right? Mark 4 and 35. Because this is ultimately why the disciples didn't have enough faith, man, right? This is ultimately why. It was because being rocked to sleep by whatever they were doing, taken away from the Most High God, taken away from Christ, knowing that they are with Christ. They with the Messiah. But the cares of the world got them not believing that this man that has been made a king to us, a Messiah to us, could not stop the winds, man, right? Mark 4:35. And the same day, when the even was come, he said unto them, let us pass over unto the other side. And when they had sent away the multitude, they took him even as he was in the ship. And there were also him and other little ships. And there arose a great storm of wind, and the waves beat into the ship, so that it was now full. Now, me, I'm going to tell you, I don't like water like that anyway. I ain't gonna lie. It's good. And you put yourself into these situations and see, like, damn. Woo, man, being out there, think about it. Just think about it being at night, nothing but water surrounding you, and you got great winds and waters that's shaking this boat. But don't forget, you got the Messiah with you. Say, man, it's tough. Like I said, it ain't just easy, right? You want to always put yourself into this thing and see how you'll play it out, man, right? Verse 37, and there arose a great storm of wind, and the waves beat into the ship, so that it was now full. Oh, man. That means the damn boat down there finna go in the water, right? And when he was in the hinder part of the ship, Christ was asleep on a pillow in the back. And they awake him and said unto him, Master, carest thou not that we perish? See, the cares of the world choked them out, the ways of what everybody else was thinking. This ain't everybody else you with, right? It's like Django. They say, you can't treat this nigga like any other nigga. She said, I don't understand, Big Daddy. Well, you better understand, you can't treat this king like any other way, because he ain't. He's the God of our God, right? He's the King of Kings, man, right? So they say, carest thou not that we perish? And he arose and rebuked the wind and said unto the sea, peace, be still. And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. So, you know, look, the brothers, hey, disciples like, whoa, now, Lord, you don't care about us? Right? But see what Christ said, and he said unto them, why are you so fearful, man? You with me. You with me. It's just like, they asked, why don't the disciples fast? Christ said, shoot, the bridegroom is still here. What they fasting for? It's gonna come a time where they gonna fast, but I'm still here with them. They don't gotta fast right now. I'm their fast. I'm here right now with them, right? Same thing Christ is saying, man, why y'all so fearful, man? I'm right here in the back, man. Trying to get a little rest, man. I've been out here healing, doing work all day, man. And I gotta wake up to y'all out here crying. Right? But put yourself in that situation. What was you doing in that boat? And you got Hamashiach and Hawashah on that boat with you, but he's asleep, and the winds are shaking so vehemently and bad that you don't know if you're going to make it. Would you cry and complain out, Lord, you don't care about me? Or what would you do? Right? Put yourself in that situation. Verse 40, and he said unto them, why are ye so fearful? How is it that ye have no faith, man? And they feared exceedingly and said one to another, what manner of man is this, that even the wind and the sea obey him? So they're getting an understanding of, in fact, who this guy is. See, us now, our faith got to be greater than theirs, because now we see, right? We get an understanding, a rundown of exactly who he is, man. And our faith has to definitely be more than our forefathers and mothers at that time, man, right? Let's go to Mark 16 and 16. Let's start at we'll just start at 15. Mark 16 and 15. And he said unto them, go ye into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature, right? We're going to the whole world preaching the gospel to every creature, because guess what? Two reasons. Because the Israelites are scattered in the whole world, and also guess what? The whole world going to have to get down with these laws or get laid down anyway, right? Two reasons why we go to the whole world. The first reason is because the Israelites are scattered abroad within the whole world, right? We have Israelites on the four corners of this world, right? Secondly, it's because, guess what? These heathen nations, they go out to get with these laws or get laid down with these laws, right? That's why we go to the whole world preaching the gospel to every creature, right? Verse 16, he that believeth and is baptized shall be saved, but he that believeth not shall be damned. So you got to believe, you got to have faith, and you got to be baptized, meaning baptized is going to what? Not dunking of the water, but what? Redunking of your mind, having the understanding of what we're talking about. We should have the understanding today of what? The faith that we need to have, the innumerable faith that we have to have, the great faith that we got to have in order to what? Sustain ourselves in this wicked kingdom and captivity around this time, right? That's what we got to have. He that believeth and is baptized shall be saved. You got to believe and have that faith, and you got to be baptized, changed. Your mind has to be changed. Matthew 18:3. You got to convert and come back as a little child, right? That's how we're going to be saved in these last times. But we're going to have that great faith, man. Get this last precept, Titus 6:1 and 16. Titus chapter 1, verse 16. They profess that they know God, but in works they deny him, being abominable and disobedient, and unto every good work reprobate. So they profess that they know our God. We profess that we got the faith. We profess that we are the saints, that we are the children of Israel, that we are the poor, we are the sick and needy, that we are in need of saving of our enemies, but in works they deny him. But all your works lining up with your faith, with your words, with your actions, right? That's what we got to do, man, right? That's what we got to have, man. They profess they know God, but in works they deny him. You got to have the works to prove that your faith is innumerable, man, right? But in works they deny him, being abominable and disobedient, and unto every good work reprobate. So we don't want to be reprobate. Keep going into doing the same thing. You know, that's what they call insanity. Doing the same things over and over again, getting the same result. Still going to Christianity church when it ain't helping us at all. All right. Like I said, great faith that we got to have in these last times, man. When you got on the parable of Matthew 21, who were those invited? Who were those invited? Let's go back to Matthew 21. I was finna say, I don't think I went to Matthew 21. Yeah, I didn't go to Matthew 21, but what question do you have in Matthew 21? You said those who are invited. What precept are you going to? Because I didn't go to Matthew 21 today. Well, I said keep the laws of the Most High God. Let me know what precept you want. We'll go back to it. We always say keep the laws of the Most High God. We are the law keepers, so we always want to give a law before we get in class. I'm still waiting on you. I just stopped I was wondering what you had on that. What part? What part of Matthew 21? All right, let me know what part. It's a lot of precepts in Matthew 21. Let me know exactly what part you want to that you want me to give an understanding of. Let's go to Deuteronomy 4 and 39. This is the law for today, right? Deuteronomy 4 and 39. We always say keep the laws of the Most High God. So I'm going to give this law. Deuteronomy 4 and 39. Know therefore this day and consider it in thine heart, that the Lord, he is God in heaven above, and upon the earth beneath there is none else. 40. Thou shalt keep therefore his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee this day, that it may go well with thee, and with thy children, and after thee, and thou mayest prolong thy days upon the earth, which the Lord thy God giveth thee forever. So we got to consider this and put it in our hearts, right? That this is exactly what we need, man. So it said in Matthew 21, he said at the beginning, man, I got to be a little more precise, man. Because you said who was that invited. They said like at first. I don't know, man. I'm going to tell you, you got to be more understanding, man. Yeah, what's the parable mean to you? Okay, well, say that. He said, what is the parable meaning in 21, right? We know Christ is coming in. This is Christ entering. I don't know exactly what you want to say. Go ye in the village, and against you a straight way you shall find an ass tied on a coat with their loose them and bring them unto me. And if any man say aught unto you, you shall say the Lord had need of them, and straightway he will send them. I don't know, man. I have to read the parable within itself, man. When I see Christ coming back, the precepts of Christ coming back on the ass, man, on the coat, man, right? It's kind of broad though, but we'll definitely have to touch it. I don't see it, brother. So they were invited, and when they drew nigh into Jerusalem and were come to Bethphage and to the Mount of Olives, then sent Yahushua 2 disciples. Are you asking about those 2 disciples? I don't know, man. Yes, you said Matthew 21, man. Now you're talking about 22, man. Come on, man. The parable of the wedding, man. So who you think this is invited? This is invited is what? Everybody. This is the northern and the southern kingdom invited, man. Remember, he said bring those good and bad, bid them to the marriage, man. Right? This is going into the marriage that the Most High God is coming back to us, man. But if you go down, who is invited? It was everybody. Let's jump down to verse 9. Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as you shall find, bid to the marriage. So he didn't give a description of if they were holy or not. He said as many as you shall find, and it'll prove it when you read down. So those servants went out into the highways and gathered together as many as they shall find. Here we go, both bad and good, right? And the wedding was furnished. So those that were invited is us, the children of Israel, man. The northern and the southern kingdom. That's who was invited, man, right? We are those guests, and that's why Christ is gonna what? Come back and what? See who don't have on that wedding garment, man. Whose garment is gonna be filthy and spotted, right? Meaning what? Whose garment is gonna be full of sin, man? So it sounds like they're trying to get invited to the barbecue. I don't know who that is, but it's the children of Israel. It's the northern and the southern kingdom. It ain't nobody else. All right, all praises for y'all, man, tonight, man. I pray that Most High God bless each and every one of you in your walk this week, man. I thank y'all for tuning back in. I know I had technical difficulties earlier, but I pray that brothers and sisters are getting fed with the Spirit, pushing it and doing it in these tough times, man. Because it's some tough times, man. Yeah, they were the ones originally invited then. The only ones invited. Ain't no originally. I think I see where you're trying to go. Right? We were the first. Like what he say? My first, my last, my everything. That's who the children of Israel are. We the first, the last, and everything. Ain't nobody else invited to this cookout, man, to this marriage, but the northern and the southern kingdom, man. Right? Now you're gonna have the heathen outside the gates. Right, but they ain't coming into this banquet, to this wedding, to this wedding going with a garment on. But again, I pray for brothers and sisters grace throughout this week. It's gonna be cold, man. These next couple of days, brothers and sisters, y'all prepare for this wintry weather. It might not rain, but it's still going to be very cold. Make sure y'all drip your faucets, do everything that you need to prepare for these next couple of days. Brothers and sisters, we might, I don't know, we'll just play it out. Just keep coming to class. You know, we'll have class tomorrow. Officer Barakaya here have class tomorrow. Just keep checking in with us, man, and we'll let y'all know on the things that come across this next few weeks, man. Yeah, he said, do I know what wedding garments are? Oh, yes, brother. That's if you go to Isaiah 52, man. Starting your question right before I get out of here, huh? Let's see what them wedding garments are, man. Isaiah 52:1. It says, awake, awake, put on thy strength. O Zion, put on thy beautiful garments. What is your strength? Let's see what your strength is. Let's go. The wedding garments. 1 Corinthians 15. Real quick for the brother, man. He said, do you know what the wedding garments are? It said, put on your strength. Put on your beautiful garments. Let's see what our strength is. 1 Corinthians 15:56. The sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law. Shalom, Sister Mary Houston. So what are we putting on? What are those garments? The garments, brothers and sisters, is the what? L-A-W, the law. I can't do it. W. However you ever put a W. W. The garments that we are putting on for this marriage is, in fact, the law. Right? Again, Isaiah 52:1. Awake, awake, put on thy strength, man. Right? O Zion, put on thy beautiful garments, man. The beautiful garments, our strength is the law. This is what the garments are, man. Right? So, all praises for your questions, man. Like I said, we'll definitely touch base with y'all tomorrow. If you got any more questions for 20 Elders and Brian Hayden, make sure y'all come into the class tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Lord willing. And you know, of course, Ben and I want to smoke on Sunday. So we definitely ask all questions on Sunday, Lord willing. All praises to the Most High God. Shalom, family. Love ya.